Um,
Okay.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm a little bit better with Teams. So let me see if I can share my screen. Can you see?
Doing
We
good.
got Yep.
Okay. Oh man, I'm doing good. All right. So this is the dashboard for WP Engine. And I'll just touch on this briefly so you can kind of get a good idea. There's plenty of other hosting options. I've only got experience with two. One is called Bluehost, and it's quite a bit cheaper. I think it's like you can start for like $5 or something. But then there's add-ons that they want you to get to kind of get up to speed where you're actually at currently. So if you have WP Engine, you'll have your dashboard will look like this. It'll just have your website listed here. And so what you'll do, you'll just come and you'll click on the name, and it's got all kinds of stuff that a lot of it I don't use. As a more experienced developer would have more knowledge of some of this, but what I typically go to is backups. So this backs up your site automatically every day for you. That way, if there's a issue with the site, and you just need to like your site's down, you can go back and you can click over here and just simply click restore. And you want to make sure it says yes and restore. And within less than like 3 minutes, it'll back up your site. I
Cool.
made some change. Yeah, it's really good, and I can't say enough about like their support has been stellar. Like I've run into even with the company I worked for before, I was new to WordPress, and this is the platform, and man, their support has been phenomenal, and it's all been over chat. There's a little window down here that can
Yeah.
kind of walk you through it. So it's been no, I can't close it. But anyway, so that's WP Engine. We can talk more about that. I come here, this little broom icon, I use it all the time if I'm doing like extensive updates, and you can do what they call clear a cache. And it's just it just wipes, you can clear all of them, like your browser cache or object cache, image cache. So if you make a change on the website and you don't see it right away, even though you refresh your browser, I'll come here and just click that little clear cache button and then refresh the browser, and then it'll update. But so that's WP Engine, just a quick overview of the dashboard. And
Can I ask you a quick question?
yeah,
So your SSL option there for your security,
hmm
do you have that added onto this site?
it is. Yeah, it is added.
Okay.
So, um, and that's free to my
Oh, is it really?
knowledge. To
Okay.
my knowledge, it is. Yeah. So when I transferred your website and like your domain over to this one,
Yeah.
I don't know how to set that up,
Okay.
but that's something that they do.
Okay.
So, and that's a pretty common feature. Like when you click the little chat icon down there, it gives you a few little buttons that you can click, and SSL is one of them.
Okay.
So, and they walk through that process, and they've handled it. Um,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's pretty seamless. Like if you were to get this hosting package through them, I think the transfer would be um, incredibly simple, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Um,
because it's just moving something that's already on their platform to another place, another account.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So,
Yeah, we'll
okay.
probably stick with it. I think it'll be real easy to convince Donna and Bessie and Marcia to just stick with what we got, especially since it works, and it'll just make life easier for everybody.
Yeah, and I know I guess I'm more used to it. I'm sure there's other good options out there, but this is what I got familiar with, and man, their support has been like phenomenal for
Hmm.
me. So
Yeah.
like their attitude is good. they
Well, that's
they
that's a big
that says
difference.
a lot. Yeah, it
It
makes a big
does.
difference when you feel like you're stuck.
Hmm.
Um, so okay, I will I'll mosey over here to the website. Let me just kind of let me exit out of this here. I'm going to log out altogether. So this is the URL that you'll go to. It's just you'll type in well actually on it londonjusticehop.com/WP admin. So to actually log in and make changes, this is where you can go. This is one of the ways.
Okay.
And it brings you up to this page right here. I don't actually log in that way. I actually log in through WP Engine. So when you log into the dashboard,
You can launch it from there.
you can, yeah.
Okay.
And that's saying it's not secure. I wonder if bear with me just a second here. Well, that's saying it's not secure. And that shouldn't be right though.
If you click that little eye over there by the website, does it tell you if it's got the SSL encryption on it?
It says the certification is valid, connection is secure.
Okay.
I wonder, yeah, I just wonder. I've noticed this on the one I'm building too, and it's given me a secure message. But I wonder if there's something I need to reach out to them and just see if I'm doing something wrong.
They might have updated the certificate that just might needs to be applied or something.
Does that look right to you? Connection is secure, show details, certificate
It
is
does.
valid.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I'll reach out to them and see if I need to do anything. So, okay, this is the dashboard. And just to I can kind of go back. If you log in from WP Engine, this is the button here, WP Admin, that will
Mm-hmm.
take you to your dashboard. Okay. This is what, if you hear somebody refer to the back end of
Mm-hmm.
WordPress, this is what they're talking about. And so over here is a lot of your menu items, your website template that I use to build it is called Avada. And they are one of two like really popular, highly supported web themes. Relatively inexpensive just for the theme. They've got a ton of different pre-built website options. There's a ton of support that's available for them, and the builder is, in my opinion, pretty user friendly. So I've used Avada probably on 10 different websites since I've been doing this and had quite a bit of success. And since we're talking about that, I've got this Facebook user group. I don't know if either of you are on Facebook, but this has been incredibly helpful for figuring out like troubleshooting things. And I don't know if these people don't have anything better to do than to sit on the computer all day and like monitor this, but like if you post something within 15 minutes, half hour, they're responding and it's like the group admin people. Here's what you should
Cool.
try. Yeah, it's been very, very good. So Avada users group, highly recommend that. So let me to go back to like the actual front facing side, if you hover your mouse over your site title and click visit site, this will take you to what's called the front end, like what your visitors see. So for Avada, you've got a couple of different ways to edit this. You can edit it live, which means you're going to edit. It's kind of like what you see, what you get, or you can edit it from the back end, and I'll show you both ways. So let's say that you want to edit this little text right here on the front page. So whatever page you're on, you just find the edit live button and click edit page. So
Hmm.
when you hover over this, you find like this is the heading, the little paintbrush, and you can change, make changes here to what you want it to say. If you want to dive a little deeper, you can go to the design. You can change the font size. You can actually change the font type here. You can change the color. And if you don't like the way it's spaced, you can actually adjust some of the spacing. But just to kind of get started, if you just need to make a basic change, you can just do it right there. Same for
Cool.
this. Yep, for the text block, you could come in, click the paintbrush, type what you want. So when you make a change, you do need to actually need to make a change. Let me put an exclamation mark here. So it recognizes that I made a change. You'll come to the top right and you'll click save. So don't forget any change that you make, you have to find either the save button or there's a button that also says update, and that's in the back end. So I can show you that too. So that's pretty simple as far as changing all this goes. If you wanted to change something with a button, same thing, you would click your paintbrush here. So you have to assign your button the URL that you want it to go to.
Right.
So that's pretty easy. Your button text would go here. So your button can say whatever you want. And this is a helpful thing to know. If it says self, when you click that button, it's going to take you to the page that you got the button aligned with in the same browser window. If you assign the button to say blank, then it's going to open up a new like browser tab for you. So you can set up your buttons if you want it to stay in the website or if you want it. Let's say if it's an external link to a different site, you
Mm.
would want it blank.
Okay.
So what change did I make? Nothing. So same thing here, button, text. So this is like upcoming events. That is changed typically on the backside, and I can get to that in just a moment. This is just a snippet of code that is provided by the plugin that we're using to populate these. And I'll kind of dive into that here in just a minute. I can't remember what I had changed. Oh, this is important too. This gets a little bit in the weeds, but you see this little icon right here
Yeah.
for this. This is the desktop view. So to do
Okay.
it, like to make changes for mobile, a
Yeah.
lot of it is the same, but you need to make sure because I can't remember which one. I had to make completely different sections for the mobile version. if that makes sense. So
Uh-huh.
when I built it, like one section would be good for mobile and desktop. If then I get to a different section in the desktop version may not look right on the mobile. So I would disable for that section the desktop and only allow the mobile.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
so you want to make sure when you make a change, just come over here to you can do phone, smaller screen, or desktop.
That's pretty cool. They got that in there. I remember whenever I built the first one from scratch, and I kept running into that issue with CSS where you had to um, just keep moving the screen over until it got to like those particular pixel sizes. Oh
Mhm.
man, something like that right there just save you like days, weeks, and months.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, you learned the hard stuff, and that's just like you're actually that's what actual developers do.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I would rather have known this.
I can yeah, it's a I couldn't imagine building a website from scratch like that. Okay, so let me think. Something that you'll probably do on a regular basis is add the teaching that you send out by email. So do that. So when you're logged in, you'll see the black bar up here. To get to the dashboard, you just hover your mouse over the site name and you can go to dashboard. So and this will kind of relate to the blog that Donna wants to do too. So a blog is typically set up as a post, a blog
Okay.
post. Your just normal website pages are set up as pages. So I have got your teaching set up as a post. The reason being is that there's different ways you can do a lot with posts. You can um, just arrange them and organize them a lot better if there's like multiple. So
Gotcha.
to add a new post, you can click on all posts. And I've actually got you've got session 40 that I've not done. I was a little bit behind, so I think I added 37, 38, and 39 today. And I see I need to add 40. So what I do is I come up here, add new. Hold on a second. Let me try something. Might help. So to add a new post, you can go to add new. And you type in the title, session 40. Okay, so I add the title. The next thing you want to do is go to this blue button that says Avada Builder. And I've got a template saved. So what you'll do is you'll click that, and then it pops up a few things that are related to SEO. You'll just scroll down and you want to get to where it says Avada Builder. Then you want to come over here to this little button here. And you want to load teaching template number 5. You want to replace all page content. So everything on this blank page we just created, you want this template to replace everything on there. So I click that
Gotcha. Yep.
and it'll populate. So it brings in the saved version of the template. So, and this is the back end, of course. So this is how you would edit something in the back end. Okay. So before
Hmm.
I start editing each field, I'm going to do something. I'm going to duplicate this tab here.
Yeah.
and I'll show you why in just a minute. I duplicated it. You're going to want to go over to your media library and click on it. And we'll come back to that in just a second. So here we'll change the title. And please, like at any time, stop me if you have a question or if I'm going too fast. So for the teaching notes, I've got 4 buttons on the template. So I've got one for PDF, I've got one for Word, and then I've got 2 extra buttons. Sometimes you send like extra resources.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can put those in there.
Okay, cool.
So the first thing I want to do is update the PDF button, which is right here. So that's when I'll go back to the media library and I need to upload those documents from session 40. So I've downloaded them from your email and I'll add new media file and I'll click select files. Meeting ends in 10 minutes. So when the meeting ends, I'll just send you a new link to your email if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So I think there's 3. Once those are uploaded, I want the PDF. So I click the PDF and I'll copy the URL to my clipboard right here. And once I do that, I go back over to this page and update the button URL. Just copy and paste the new link in there. And the same thing to X out of that, the same thing for the Word document. I'll click on the Word document and I'll copy that URL to the clipboard, go over here to the other window.
Man, that makes it so much easier, doesn't it, to be able to just copy and paste and
Yeah, it truly
yeah,
does.
that's nice.
So your other resource is this one. It's a PDF. So I'll copy that URL and I'll add it to this button. What should I call this button, Chris? Resource?
Sure.
It's kind of vague. Resource.
Yeah, I usually say extracurricular stuff, but resource is better.
Okay. So you can name it anything you want. And since there's only, I can delete this button altogether. How about this?
Yeah, that'll work.
That way the button will be a little bit bigger. Okay. So I've got the buttons updated. I also need to come up here to the side on the right and I need to set a featured image so they're uniform. So I've got that little graphic that says biblical teaching,
Yeah.
set featured image. Takes just a second to populate. There it is. From there, I scroll up and I've got categories for the teaching. Most of them have been primarily this, but they may also apply to, end times or intimacy with Jesus or whatever. If you want a new category, you can add it here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you can really
Yeah.
kind of get as deep as you want to with organizing, the teachings. So the URL automatically updates when you put the new title there. So that permalink updates.
Okay.
So when I publish it,
I've got a quick question. The repository that you pulled or where you have the actual documents stored? Is that on your local machine or is that also on the WordPress?
No, that's on WordPress. So here
Okay.
in the dashboard, yeah, if you go to media,
Uh-huh.
so anything that's a picture, a document, a video, anything like that will live in your media library
Okay.
within WordPress. And that's
Gotcha.
all stored on WP Engine servers. There's nothing local that I have, or like if you get, if you host it with WP Engine, nothing will be local. I
Gotcha.
did pull it when I downloaded it from my email, of course. It was just in my personal downloads folder, is where
Gotcha.
I grabbed that from.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to use FileZilla to do the it was a SFTP upload to the host. That it basically does the same thing. It's a lot easier on this right here for sure.
That's good. There's a lot to Avada, but it's like for somebody that, like me, that just really wanted to focus on what it maybe looked like on the front end. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
just couldn't, I don't have the developer background. I've gained a little knowledge since I built this one,
Hmm.
which is good.
Oh, I bet. I bet that was just like learning a ton.
Well, I'll tell you. So when I first started for the company in Somerset, I worked for the marketing department and they fired their web developer that had been there 20 years. And then they
Wow.
came to me and another lady and they said, can you all learn WordPress? And they had like 20, almost 30 clients. And we were like, well, we'll sure try. So
No
they got
pressure.
us a free, yeah. So we had a work at your own pace. EKU had a class, work at your own pace, 15 hours or something. That little
Yeah.
bitty intro to it, it helped us.
Yeah.
And then they put out a huge proposal to SCED to build 6 or 7 new websites for economic development agencies across Kentucky and do a rebranding for each one. And so we were like in over our heads immediately from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, oh my goodness. It was almost, I didn't go looking how to do this. I guess it was a door that the Lord had opened up for me. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I'll go back here. So it's update. When I made the changes, I clicked the blue update button. And the reason I know it updated is because it says post published. If you want to see it, you can click view post. That's a good way to see if you've missed anything.
Gotcha.
Now, here's a good example of the cache I was talking about earlier. So to see this, when you click on teaching in the menu, it populates here.
Okay.
And there's many different ways that you can arrange this. If you don't like the box view like this, you can set it up more like you can just like other options that you can do. Sometimes you'll update it and you won't see the update right away.
Hmm.
And I'm surprised it actually did here. A lot of times I have to go back to the dashboard and click the little broom and clear the cache to get it to update.
Gotcha.
So I'll tell you what, maybe I'll stop now and jump off here and get a new link and email it to you. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. Bear with me. I'm going to stop my screen share and I'll end the meeting and I'll send you a new link on your email right now.
All righty. We'll talk to you in a
All
minute.
right. Okay. Thanks.